Welcome back to Stockman Originals. Working on a little project here. I saw a beautiful antique tooth, General Grant and General Lee on it, and a bunch of patriotic sort of stuff in between. I thought, whoa, I haven't seen a George Washington one yet. I decided I would fill that gap. So George is sitting in the middle, and I have a running banner here that I'm going to finish carving up, and that will have his name carved into it. Then I have on this side a collage of war machine type stuff to represent him getting us through the War for Independence. And then on this side, my plan is to have more nation building stuff going on, flags and drums and trumpets and maybe plowshares or stuff like that. It's got some antique scratching in it, but
what does that say?
Nanny. Nanny. The other side had a picture that was probably equally as well done. The actual owner of the tooth said, just disregard that stuff. right at it. So we went. But it's a beautiful tooth. It's got great faces on it. Both sides are very nice. Sometimes you get a tooth that's like really curved or something, which makes it a little more challenging to carve on the inside curve. Sometimes they got bad blemishes or whatever might be going on with them. But this one's got really clean surfaces on both sides. The pigment in here, butternut ink or tea or whatever you want to call it, old walnut, basically it's the same thing. You use the outer husk of the nut. The nuts on a walnut, they're like this big around, right? But the actual nut hard part is like that big around. So you got a half an inch of shell or husk around it. The best thing to do is to let the whole thing dry, and then you can hit it with a hammer or rock or anything, and all that husk falls off. Then you can take that and put it in boiling water, and you should see it turn black. It's like instant coffee. It's pretty crazy. The reason you want to let everything dry before you start doing it, you could peel the husk off when it's green if you want, but I'll guarantee you it'll be about a month and a half before your fingers come back to the regular color. It'll be brown, dark brown for a long time. But if it's all dry, then it doesn't get so messy. Yeah, that's about a lifetime supply of it for me. So I use it a lot. A lot of people use India ink for Scrimshaw, and I would too if I was doing just line, etching type of thing. It works out really nice, and the lines come up very bold. But I use it in the carving just for kind of a toning thing to bring up details and stuff. Like the eagle, I didn't want him like solid brown. I just wanted to enhance the all the details that I've carved into it. As you can see down here, this stuff is a lot harder to pick up visually. So once I'm done carving everything, I'll give it a light wash, and that will settle down into all the little cracks and crevices and really make it pop. These are Canon balls, and there's a Canon tube going to be laid in here. A couple of musket ends with the bayonets sticking out. The eagle's got a clutch of arrows. There's some pikes behind the eagle, and another pike that's kind of lost behind the eagle.
And I see that George's face is the outer layer of the tooth that's real cream color.
Yes.
Is that going to stay that way?
Yeah, this is the patina of age, this yellowish kind of color. And as you could see, as his hair goes back, it goes quite deep, almost halfway the depth of the carving. And I think it kind of works, really.
Yeah.
Brings his face up and gives the hair a lighter color, which is good. There is another layer inside but the tooth, but you have to go so deep to get into it that it wasn't going to happen on this particular piece. But it's right along this line. You can see a difference when you look at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
And this inner part would be an even darker, creamy, caramelly kind of color. Very pretty when you get into that.
It's like you have to, judging from that side, to get down to there from this side, you have to carve through all of all of that.
Yeah, it's at least 3/8 of an inch, if not a half an inch, of the whiter stuff. Yeah, there's kind of like 3 layers on this. The outer layer is very white, and that's not counting the patina. So yeah, we're only concentrating on the surface, so it'll be pretty cool, and it's going to be an awesome tooth. And I'm looking forward to sharing the finished piece with you, and it's done. Well, thanks for tagging along.